Being a player, I think I've enjoyed every each of session. Like playing from my hostel or maybe village from my hometown to the till Punjab FC. I've learned so much playing with teammates, working under the coaches or with the management. So I don't have, but yeah, because with East Bengal, I've spent 4 seasons. So obviously, I've got everything when I played for East Bengal. When I switched to East Bengal from Air India, so which I made into the football. It's all because of East Bengal, because working under the great players, coaches. I'm not saying that I didn't work well with the Air India. There were seniors who guide us. I think that was a platform, that was a step right to make a long journey. Credit to Air India coach Bimal Ghosh and senior players as well as the management, because they gave us a platform, they gave us an exposure to sign to all over the country. So they owe me big time. And coming to the big clubs in Kolkata, I enjoyed all my time playing for East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, or either Mohammedan Sporting. Though I had few months with Mohun, I had a different kind of memories with all those clubs.
The VAR Show. The one place for your weekly football update.
Hello, a very warm welcome to VR Show, the show which talks about all the West Major football leagues in detail. Today we are going to go interviews, and we have one of the veterans of Indian football and Punjab FC defender, Mr. Nirmal Chettri, with us. So without wasting much time, I'd like to first thank Mr. Chettri for coming on the show. Thank you and welcome to the show. And I would like to begin by asking you, how are you and what are you doing these days?
Thank you, Subhash. It's a pleasure being the show. First of all, I'm from Sikkim. I came here once the cases has risen in the through the country. So my family is safe. Everything is good here. I hope everything I just pray to the God that we all come to the normal, and I hope everyone is safe, everyone is, taking the precautions of safety. I hope everything is good with all of you.
Hopefully everything goes back to normal and hopefully your prayers are answered soon. And I'll talk about a lighter topic, that is football, in comparison to what's happening all around the world. And I'll talk about your career. You know, you are 31 now. You have been in the football scene for quite a while now. Played for very
Yes.
big clubs in India. How has the journey been? Did you think like you would be so successful when you started?
No, I never thought. Everything started from a place called Melli. It's a border between Bengal and Sikkim. So, my family runs a vegetable shop, and I never dreamt of, playing for such a big clubs and the country. There was only a passion, there was only a dedication of, of playing as a village boy. Then I can't say, I can't express how it all started. I think everything started when I got into the Namchi Sports Hostel, a scheme from the government, state government, a search for more Baichung. Everything started from there, and myself, with me, there were many players who have represented the country. We never dreamt of playing for the country or the big clubs. There was only a dream, and we never knew that dream sometimes do come true. So there was only a passion, there was only hard work, there was dedication. But honestly speaking, I never dreamt of playing for the big clubs or for the country. Never ever.
So, although you did not have the dream, you went on to play for three of the biggest teams in Calcutta, Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, and Mohammedan, back to back. Where did you enjoy your time the most? It will be very controversial, but where did you enjoy the most?
Being a player, I think I've enjoyed every each of session. Playing from my hostel or maybe a village from my hometown to the till Punjab FC. I've learned so much playing with teammates, working under the coaches or with the management. So I don't have, but yeah, because with East Bengal, I've spent 4 seasons. So obviously, I have I have got everything when I played for East Bengal. When I switched to East Bengal from Air India. So which I made into the football, it's all because of East Bengal, because working under the great players, coaches. I'm not saying that I didn't work well with the Air India. There were seniors who guide us. I think that was a platform, that was a step right to make a long journey. Credit to Air India coach Bimal Ghosh and senior players as well as the management, because they gave us a platform, they gave us an exposure to shine through all over the country. So they owe me big time. And coming to the big clubs in Kolkata, I enjoyed all my time playing for East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, or either Mohammedan Sporting. Though I had few months with Mohun, I had different kind of memories with all those clubs.
Definitely. Then, of course, they are very big rivals. Did you receive hate from maybe the fans when you moved from one club to another?
Of course. It's a tradition in Kolkata football. If you are doing good, team is struggling, then of course you have to get the other side of football. Yes, but honestly, the passion which drives the Kolkata football is immense, because being a footballer, if you don't play in Kolkata, then you will not become a great player. So of course, when there is love, there is hate. It's both sides. So being a footballer, I have faced, appreciation as well as criticism. So I don't mind. It's a taste for the sports person. But honestly speaking, I still missing playing for those clubs and those days in Kolkata.
Definitely. And then you also went on to play in ISL, and you are runners up 2 times with Kerala and Goa. Do you feel like you have something like unfinished business in the ISL where you have to win it once?
Not only ISL, still with I League, because I've won almost most of the a trophy in Indian football, but not winning I League as well as the ISL is not achieve my trophy. Definitely, I hope wherever I play this season, I hope as a player, as a team, I want to win matches as well as a trophy. So there's still my trophy is still missing something.
So like you said even I League. What is the biggest difference between playing in ISL and I League for you?
Uh, uh, I'll go down the line, 6 years back, because everything started back in 2014 when we get to know, the Indian football is gonna change. So we never knew, drastically everything will be changed, because we only dreamt of, watching those World Cup winners in the TV and being a fan of, the clubs as well as the players. We never dreamt of sharing the dressing room, sitting in the dining table, playing together in the team, we never dreamt. But thanks to ISL, it has changed everything. It has changed the dream, it has changed the trend, it has changed everything. But coming to the point difference is, I feel the differences is the players as well as the coaching staff, and and the match schedule, and the traveling, and as well as the accommodation. These are the main changes, which we have seen in both the leagues, as well as compared to the I League as well as in ISL.
So like of course that is one very good way to put it out. And in your opinion, again, where did you enjoy more? Because in the I League, I don't know, but it's like little bit more longer than the ISL. But where did you personally enjoy more?
See, we can't neglect the I League, which has produced so many players, which has given the platform to the players. So we can't neglect, or we can't overlook the I League, because it was the best to the Indian football. But yes, I had a different time with the ISL and in compared to the I League, because everything started from the zero, which is I League. And the difference is, yeah, as you said, I League was a longer run as well as compared to the ISL, which has gone to couple of months. But I'm sure with the Indian football coming to a map which will see a longer run in the coming years, which will not only have an impact on the players as well as for the the country to play in such big tournaments. So as a players, we want to play for the long period. And I hope, like, coming into the I League, which has come to a big map for the Indian football very soon, which will not only change the roadmap of Indian football, which will also help the Indian players to play for the longer period.
Definitely, and I'll talk of your present club, Minerva, Punjab FC, not Minerva. Minerva they separated. So, how is it? Like you have a coach in Yan Law who was younger than you. How is it? Being playing under him?
So as a player as well as a coaches, you have always a space of learning, to learn. So I think he is a one of the youngest coach in the I League. So he has done his A license, and he's also a grassroots advisor as well as, like, I feel like, see, sometimes you need to help of a, like, experienced coaches. Sometimes you need help from the experienced players. I think it was a mix of everything, because Punjab FC not only got a young coach, they also got a young bunch of players as well as with the experienced players like myself, Sanju, Raju, Kevin. They were, as well as Kiran also, Kiran Samson from Nepal. There was good foreigners, Barboza, Dika, Danilo, and Kingsley also. So it was a mix of everything, and it's like, as I said, like, it's always a pleasure to play under different coaches with their different playoff style and man management skills. So I've learned from Jan also, and we had a very good conversation as well as, like, time. So I feel he still has spaces to learn and to improve.
So like you mentioned one person there who's from Nepal, and of course I'll ask you about him. That is Kiran. How is it playing with him?
So this wasn't the first time we play. I mean, like, this was the first time we play each other in a team. But our rivalry started back in, like, 2002, I think, 2002 or 2003 in Sikkim. So I still reminding those days, like, when we were under 17 and we were, like, rivals. Everything started from there, and I know Kiran from his childhood days. So we know each other from our childhood days. So I'm happy to see his progress. So where that time he was a second choice, and now he's leading the country. So it's a pleasure to see his progress and growth as a player as well as a captain.
Definitely, and another person you have mentioned earlier who has been very influential for you has been Mr. Bimal Ghosh, who has been credited with grooming a lot of talents in India, including yourself. How was it working with him? Are you still in contact with him?
Yes, I have talked with him a few days back. I think players like us, like younger players, like, need a coach who can understand. The coach who not only go with the names, sometimes he go with the hard work of the player. I think that's the reason why we got a chance. That's the reason why, like, he had faith in the young players. I remember, like, I was just 17 or 18 when I went to Air India, and we had that, like, that blood, like, who want to achieve everything. So I think I was a player, and I think he banned me with the quality, he banned me with the experience. That's the reason why, like, it helped me to succeed in my career. I think not only with me, he has done that with many players, like, Sanju, as well as Subhash Singh, Dhanachandra, Stephen Dias, Tomba, Paresh Sivalkar, many players from the Northeast. Like, he prefer most of the players from the Northeast because, like, the potential the Northeast players have. And that's the reason why, like, he has become a great coach. And I thank him for what he have done, and he owe me, because the reason why we are here because of him, because the belief, the faith he kept on us. And I am sure that we never fail to make him please.
Definitely, and okay, I'll move on from that topic. And like of late, I have seen you cycling a lot during the lockdown period. Is it something you like, or is it just for fitness?
No, cycling is one of the things that which keeps the players, not only the players, which keeps the athletes fit. Because you have mode of cycling. So I think not only lockdown, I think I brought cycle a year back. It's just to keep a fit, just to keep a healthy life, just to because you never know. We have now. It has been tough for us to live. Now we have to be ready for any situation which comes in a day. So cycling is a mode of of fitness. Not only that, I go road running. Sometimes I do cross running. Sometimes I go to the gym. But cycling is the best way to keep you fit, keep you healthy.
Definitely, and like I'll talk of your career once more. And do you plan into getting into coaching after your playing career?
I don't have plan. See, right now I still have few years of playing, but meantime I have some post plans like setting up a club in my hometown, which is just giving back to the society. FC Melli is a club which is a dream of mine to give exposure to the young generations which lack in the village. So I provided that in my hometown. The other one was having a players association, a football players association of Sikkim, which will help the players, which will not only help which welfare of the player as well as betterment of the sports in the state. So that's all my post plans. I've started a few things. So right now I want to play a couple of years. Coming into the coaching, I don't think so. It's I really feel I can become a coach, but yeah, I can be a mentor. But coming into the coaching, I've never, and I become a good coach. I'll become a better mentor or advisor, but coming into the role, I've never thought.
Definitely, and like I was just curious. You are just you have turned 31 you turned 32 in October, and generally people say that for footballers, once you are 30, you are near to retirement. Do you think it's like that? Is it psychologically something like that?
I don't think so. See, unless you have an injury. So as a players, I'm being a player, we are mentally strong because we don't know, what when the accident or incident will happen, unless you have an injury. But I don't think so. See, look at Chettri, Sunil Chettri. I think with the age, you'll be more wise, and then you think about every single game. Yeah, for example is Cristiano Ronaldo. See, everyone said he's 35, he's finished. Right now, he's one of the he's a joint top scorer in Syria. I mean, Syria. So age is just a number, unless your body allows you to play week in and week out. So you are not going into your end. As I said, injury is a big threat for a athlete to end the career. Unless that, so as of now, I'm enjoying my playing time. I'm enjoying my career. Once I feel that once I can't compete with the youngster, then I have to think that I have no longer time to play in the week. Then I will think. Right now, I'm enjoying. I'm competing with the young. I'm better than the many of the young players. So as of now, I'm enjoying, and till couple of years, I'm still an active player.
Definitely, and like I'll ask you one very difficult question. Okay, it might be very controversial, and you have played, I think, with both. And which two out of the two players, who has been more influential in spreading football in India, Baichung Bhutia or Sunil Chettri?
So not only them, I think if I have to mention, then I'll mention one more name, Reniri Singh. Baichung
Yeah, of
Bhutia,
course.
Baichung Bhutia, he has done what he has to do. So he has done his part. Now the legacy has gone to the Chettri. Chettri has left few years. He has done what he has to do. So right now, see, the quality-wise both are different. So what Baichung has done is something the Indian players always dream of. What Sunil has done, there is no comparison. But looking at both the icons, so Indian football not only recognize the players, it has take Indian football to a world map. So, with them, I think the different players have a different expression, different way of promoting the football. So, Baichung has done with the BBFS, Baichung Bhutia Football School. Sunil Chettri sometimes come with his project, and he is doing right now. So both has for Indian football. Now the legacy has to take over from them with someone. So the I am Bijan, he's doing his own way, and the Randy Singh is doing his own way in a notice. So there is no comparison of those legends. I'm lucky and I'm blessed to play with Baichung Bhutia, Sunil Chettri, and Randy Singh.
Definitely, and of course, Randy Singh is a very, very good, was a very good player and is a very good person right now. Of course, I spoke to him also, he's a very good person. So, moving on from that, you are quite experienced and everything in your career. So, if you had to give a piece of advice to a young player, what advice would you give that player?
See, and I always believe in 4Ds, 4Ds, the number one is discipline, and then duty, dedication, and desire. See, have a dream is not a crime, but sleeping with a dream is a crime. So you need to have a dream. See, dream doesn't come true while sleeping in the bed. To make your dream come true, you need to follow the way. You have to have a focus. For me, being a boy from Melli, to make into Maidan, it was tough. It was a hell of a roller coaster. But I never gave up. With the one step, I always focus and I always believe that I will succeed in every step. So there will be an injury there. Sometimes you can't get to play. Sometimes you don't make it into the team. Sometimes you'll have so many things, obstacles. But the only way is to have a focus, to train, to work hard, because there is no way of working hard. So I want to say all the the generations, the budding talent, youth, youngsters, have a dream, but follow your dream. Talent is nothing if you don't work hard. See, talent might achieve less, but the players who work hard will achieve more than the talent you have. So with your talent, keep working hard, never give up, because not today you will reach where you want to, but working hard will take you somewhere where you want to reach. So for me, I am a player of maybe I'm a 20% of talent, I'm 80% of hard work. So if I can succeed, I can reach to the career pace, why not you? So have faith on yourself, have belief, and just keep working hard. That's all.
So that's a wonderful piece of advice, and hope it helps many young players coming up. So on that note, I'll ask you one final question, and it's quite a controversial one, and people say it's hard. I don't know, but if you had to, after you set up your club in your village, and if you had to sign one of these two players, whom would you sign, Ronaldo or Messi?
See, I don't dream of that. my club in the village is very small. I can't afford even the Indian players. I just I just want to give an exposure to the young players, who are looking for an exposure, who are looking for a platform. So for me, both the players, the world class, they are prominent players. They have set up a standard of football. So Messi is all about talent. Ronaldo is all about the hard work. See, if you have talent, you can achieve, but the meantime, you have to work hard. It's not like Messi have a talent, but Messi has been surrounded with the players. He himself is working so hard to achieve so many success in his career. It's not that only the talent gives you the doors. With the talent, he must be working hard behind the scene. But the player, the being a fan, we don't see the struggle we have put on throughout our career. The people only see our success. We need to see the struggle behind the success. So the struggle which Messi and Ronaldo has gone is immense. The reason why they are the best in the world. So both I have respect for both the players. Both are the best in the world, and both are best for me.
So definitely, that's a very, very diplomatic answer, but I'll let that one go. So, on that note, Nirmal, thank you so much for talking to me, and I wish you all the best for your future, with your new club, wherever it is, and hope you can win the ISL and I League, and then hopefully you can retire peacefully and set up your club, and maybe you can see the club in the I League one day. You never know. Best of luck, and thank you once again for coming. Take care, stay safe, bye.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you and on your show. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Take care.